Hello, Kathleen. This is Daniel. I am so sorry it's taken a long time to get back with you. I have been through 2 months of complete craziness. My allergies went crazy, had immune stuff, and I guess I've got to talk to you a few times. You've been up here and there, so you kind of know what all's been going on, but I'm doing really good right now. I'm all healed up from the fall down the stairs. My knees are all healed up, and I'm feeling good. My clavicle bone still hurts, and my neck. But other than that, I'm doing much better and feeling good. And I've been working on your test, and I've got a really exciting new program. We're really going to take it all apart, the program that we've been doing, and we're taking kind of a whole new direction with you. And if I had to kind of outline it in two parts, your first part of your program is the Ultracell, the Cure Pro, the Inflamed, and the alpha lipoic acid. Those three things are to stop all of the inflammation, the irritation, and to bring down the pain. And once we've kind of modulated the whole that part of the immune system, it's going to put the immune system's focus back on the scanning and fighting that we want it and need it to do. And a lot of the pain from your ankle and from your knees and just a lot of the different things that you've had happen, we want to get that healed up. And so the alpha lipoic acid is, as you know, been used for diabetic neuropathy for a long time. And diabetic neuropathy is a very, very stubborn kind of pain, very bad pain. And sorry. What we're wanting to do here is try and get that deep neuropathy, that pain, starting to be regenerated. So as we do that with the top portion of the program, with the inflammation, what we're going to start doing is we're going to start mega stacking the cofactors that have been not allowing your brain and your body and your metabolism specifically to make and manufacture the neurotransmitters in your brain. Again, the neurotransmitters are your cell communicators, so the whole body, to the nervous system, how to work, how to calm down. Now, there's a couple things I want you to understand and what we found out about your neurotransmitter panel. Your neurotransmitter panel shows that you had very, very high serotonin levels, and those high serotonin levels rev up the immune system. They heighten anxiety, they heighten pain, they make you amplify pain that you're having so that it's not just a regular kind of pain. It also speeds up the nervous system to the colon. So when the colon, that can lead to IBS, that can lead to Crohn's, that can lead to a lot of bowel conditions. The same thing when you speed up the nerves to the heart, it leads it to be prone to tachycardia, to just too fast running, and just overall not being able to relax. So what happens is, the next thing is that your norepinephrine and your epinephrine levels are off, and your epinephrine is very low. So when you have high serotonin to very low epinephrine, it gives you this feeling of kind of hyper, we call it wired but tired. So even though you feel like you can't relax because the serotonin's high, your body is completely exhausted. And so that's wired but tired. And then when it's time for you to go to sleep, you do have really good, we balanced out, we had you on this, so this was kind of good. Your GABA levels are really good. Your glutamate levels were really good. Your glycine and your histamine are very low. And the glycine, again, it goes to that assimilation, it helps the bowel heal, it keeps those things very healthy. And so that's very important in those regards. So as we start to balance those neurotransmitters out, we're going to help to see your sleep. That glycine that I was talking about just now, that glycine is really the big modulator for sleep, and it helps you go into the REM, the beta, theta, delta stages of sleep. So even when we do get you in those stages, you'll be able to do them and stay in them longer and better. Glycine is a precursor for melatonin also. So even if you're taking melatonin, you're not going to get all the good from it until you have enough of the glycine to help your body produce it naturally as well. So we're giving you these things in B vitamins. The B vitamins that were blocked, the cofactors that were off for you was your niacinamides. Your niacinamides were very depleted. And because your niacinamide grouping was very depleted, you weren't able to make enough of what we call, and this is really big right now, everyone's talking about anti-aging. There was a new book written by a man who's probably going to get the Nobel Prize, and he is talking about NAD+. You'll hear nicotide, adenine, and that is all from niacin. That's a breakdown component, or a metabolite, if you want to call it, from niacin. And that works with brain energy. It helps with brain fog. They've found out all sorts of things, how it's helping your chromosomes. At the end of the chromosomes, there's a telomere. And it's helping this telomere to stay strong and from aging too fast, the snippets from being damaged. So we're going to be putting you on, I'm putting you on almost 3 grams of the niacinamide. And that's going to help that whole metabolic pathway have a lot of those things to start working into cofactor from. I'm putting you on riboflavin, a special cellularly activated form of riboflavin for your nerves. That's nerve pain and nerve accelerant healer. Remember, when when the moms are very young and they have problems that we're concerned about with spina bifida, like for the babies, that's that folic acid that they don't have enough of. You're without folic acid, your nerves can't heal, they can't develop right. And that is true of all of us, and not just when we're babies, when we have that sudden boom, but when at any age when we're needing to repair, we have to have folic acid. That's just an essential part of it. So we're going to make sure that you have that riboflavin, which is folic acid activated. And that's going to make sure that you have lots of healing factors there for all these different nerves to not only finish healing up, maybe like the ankles and, like I said, joints, but again, all of the nerves that we need to be able to see what things are there, what things aren't there, your immune system to be able to fix and heal. Your mega bophoramine that I'm putting you on is part of the B1 family that's going to work on glycation. Glycation is the sugar metabolism and the very end products that go to the brain that we're seeing a lot of people. You're going to hear about this a lot because of dementia and Alzheimer's and those kind of things. These people don't have enough of the brain activated form of B1, and we're finding out that that's what causes the brain fog and the lack of coordination for the body to be able to heal. Super important. Very powerful ingredient, and I'm putting you on that. So we're using, if you've noticed, kind of a common theme here, I've separated all these B vitamins, and I've acquired the most sophisticated cellularly activated form of each B vitamin, and then we're actually doing the therapy individually. So I'm giving you higher doses of some than I am the others. Now you are getting the whole complex in your multiple vitamin that I have you on in the Woman's Pure Pack. The pantothenic acid that I have you on, this is Pantene. It's a patented Pantene. And it's going to start activating with the inositol that we've had you on for a long time and get caught up on the liver. And it particularly starts to work with triglycerides and converting and using high cholesterol into the cells, into the brain for fuel and getting it going. So as the pain and the inflammation come down, as we see your body start to nerve heal neurologically, we want to see you be able to start to exercise. This is where it's going to be a healing thing rather than just a damaging thing because of these things that we're providing you for. And when you start to be able to move more and exercise more, both that biphenylamine and the pantethine are going to help the cholesterol and the fats to burn more specifically. So it's going to keep your body's metabolism focused on the dangerous fats of the body to burn off first, and that's going to be really important. The other thing that the other two ingredients that I'm putting you on is the magnesium, and I chose a glycinate form, which is a tripeptide amino acid compound that's going to go together and attach to that magnesium and specifically take it to the muscle receptors so that the smooth muscle tissue can stay relaxed better. Your neck, your back that we work on a lot, I wanted that to stay with a better muscle relaxer. And then the vitamin D, your vitamin D levels have still stayed low even what we've had it on, so I'm going to increase it to a Vesasorb, so it's going to increase the absorption, and I'm actually increasing the volume of vitamin D that I'm putting you on. The same thing is true too, I should go back up and mention the SAMe. I'm doubling that because even at 400 milligrams, the SAMe is a very key methylation factor for you of these neurotransmitters that you were most off, which proves to me conclusively that we weren't giving you enough SAMe. It's expensive, so I try and keep your programs small as I can and not spending any more money than I have to. But in these cases and where we're at right now, I've let almost a year go by and prove that we have to do these doses the way they are and a little higher. I've taken lots of things off so that we have more money available to focus on what we are taking. I'd say overall you're taking less things, but we're going to be taking more of less, kind of for right now for this stage of your healing. I'm putting you on a probiotic that's got very special bacteria for the upper GI portion. And the upper GI portion is where the most lymphatic concentrations are. And those lymph nodes and activating the Peyer's patch is going to be really key at some of the high-end immune performance that we want and we're expecting. And I've had you on a lot of the different areas and zones with the Dr. Ohira's probiotics, and I've had you on bactericides. I've done a lot of microbiome work, as you know, to make sure that your gut health is as strong as it can be. This is just the next generation of moving that around to a different group of bacteria that go to a different portion and help different parts of really specifically the immune system, though. This group is really specific in the lymph. I think that's about everything. The CuraPro and the Inflamed, those are all anti-cancer and inflammation herbs. All of the herbs in both of those have proven to be very influential at increasing kappa factor, necrosis factor, being anti-angiogenic, which means making it very hard for new cells to grow, new blood vessels to feed new cancer cells. So we're approaching the cancer cell growth prevention-wise, as well as actually the nutrients and letting your body take care of them itself. We're increasing, again, the biphenylamine. So if there is you eat some extra carbs, let's say some extra potatoes or whatever, and there happens to be some extra carbs floating around, we don't want any sugar to feed on the cancer. So that's what getting all of the biphenylamine and the body's high level of those vitamins are, because they'll go in and eat it and they'll break it down into non-dangerous sugar particles, or what we would call more like polysaccharides, so that they're not monosaccharides and they can feed the cancer. So we want to make sure that we're getting everything kind of switched around from a different perspective than we have. The alpha lipoic acid that I have you on, one of the things I want you to look for with that is even after you've taken it for the first day, the second day or during that night, You could start just have very strong urine. A lot of times it smells like ammonia. It can smell real strong drug smell, chemical smell. But the alpha lipoic acid is super powerful antioxidant, and it's going to go in and cross through the blood-brain barrier as well. And it's both fat and water soluble antioxidant. It's very, very powerful and unique, and then it's one of the only antioxidants that can perform like it. So I'm going in and saturating a lot of those areas, and it's going to loosen up and bring out a lot of the chemicals that could be trapped in some of the fatty acid tissue of your body. So look for that. Look for, if you are having some of those odd smells and stuff, know that it's that detox process and those things coming out. If you have gas and abdominal bloating, maybe 5 or 6 days after starting the program, that is probably the probiotics, the new probiotics. As those babies cultivate and they grow and they start to feed, that conversion process is they naturally outgas. And so that's just going to give you some of that feelings. And so that just means they're working. It's nothing bad. I think overall, though, it's going to be a good program. I think the pain coming down, the changes, the emotions are definitely going to be much better. I mean, the depression, anxiety that I see here is really, really too strong, too much. It's not good. It's not a long-term sustainable thing, and it's one of the reasons I think you've had this so long too, that it's kept you numbed out and fogged down and not being able to be in the moment and understand and know what you're feeling all at the same time. So getting you into a now moment and being able to heal in the now moment is something I'm very excited about, and I think that this program is going to do. And I think that's everything that I have. If you have any other questions, you can email them to me, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. All right. Love you lots. Light, love, and hugs.